Our students will be reading one by one the winning essays that got them into these colleges.
The mystery of cancer with limited cure wasn't just a mystery to be intrigued by anymore. This interesting science that I would read about so passionately now had an image coupled to it. The image of my grandmother's deathly skull-like face as she struggled against the horrifying disease. I delved deeper than before in the subject of medical biology, thoroughly fascinated by it. I wanted to learn more, so I attended a biomedical research program at the University of Pennsylvania, and in the summer did a research internship at Thomas Jefferson. It was the first time I voyaged into the subject with the approach of problem solving. From my real-life experiences and research work, I soon realized that I have a true passion for critical analytical thinking, for solving medical mysteries. To me, a mystery is like walking into a dark hallway, groping around for the light switch that leads me to the next switch, and the next one, until the entire hallway is lit up, revealing the secrets within. So the answer to the question, who am I? I'm a traveler, an adventurist. If there is a never-ending horizon waiting to be explored, I would be the first one to jump on the ship to start the unprecedented voyage. And if someone mentions the word impossible, my response, how soon can I start?
On stage, I am my ideal self. I have unusually fast reflexes and heightened senses. My love for the art form grows with every minute that I spend on stage as I render one piece after another, enjoying with the audience each and every note and nuance that I spent time perfecting. I'm able to experience an entirely new world of music. I can learn and perform pieces crafted in unfamiliar Indian languages by 18th century composers and still feel the intended emotions and sentiment just as well as I can relate to rap and hip-hop. Carnatic music captures the essence of Indian culture and creates an impeccable bond between those who practice it and hundreds of years of ancient tradition. My performances are a reflection of my personal musical journey and connection to my heritage, and to be able to share this with an encouraging, engaged, music-loving audience is an unparalleled experience.
Round after round, we spur each other on with more and more involved pattern of notes, while always returning to the clockwork of beats. This friendly competition magically results in a creativity that we did not know we had in us, and the joy of the moment is amply evident within our smiles. My tabla has helped me discover the pure bliss of creative expression, the invigoration and harmony of playful, supportive teamwork, the patience and drive to excel, and the commitment to be unfalteringly dependable. It has made me realize how the dance between structure and creativity brings out the best in us. And, as my family's faces light up with approving smiles, I see clearly how big a part the grounding of family life plays in a productive, fulfilling life.
With 200 wing beats per second and 4,000 lenses in each eye, I suddenly realized how much effort and energy had been invested in the creation of this tiny being. Millions of generations of reproduction and adaptation had produced this paragon of success and agility. And for that one selfish second, I had thought of ending the fittest survivor among a species, just because it was annoying me. After recounting this anecdote to the class, I would ask, does this same type of impulsive response cause loss of biodiversity year after year? Had this critter been something other than a fly, for example, one of California's endangered beetles, would I have behaved with the same depraved indifference? And by enforcing regulations to protect such endangered species, have we self-appointed ourselves as guardians of biological history? And to what extent are we capable of shouldering this title? Exploring the consequences of power and free will by considering what drives us to act would be a focal point of this class.
My natural hammock is just at the right angle for me to lie back and unwind. From here, I can absorb every detail of the tranquil landscape. The entrance to my favorite natural retreat is well hidden from the urban landscape, yet merely a short run away and just off a trail by my house. The retreat next door has helped me make many important life decisions while contemplating everyday problems. Here, many questions such as which classes to take at school, what colleges to apply to, and what career path I should choose can be answered in a non-intimidating way. The time spent in seclusion offers me a chance to escape the pressures of my mind and focus on my objectives to set a straight path or goal that I can follow. I am able to truly feel like myself here. Any emotions or sadness or anger are dispelled as I climb onto my favorite willow bench and just lay there. Oftentimes, I simply stare at the sky through the veils of drooping branches to reflect upon the times before I discovered this private refuge.
Growing up happens in phases, and my most recent step towards adulthood occurred during the days I spent as a youth volunteer at the Uplager Orphanage. I came away from this experience feeling that the key to happiness is appreciating the simple joys in everyday life and helping others do the same.
Since I was 4, I've been actively playing the role of big brother to my little sister, and I understand that being a role model comes with its own responsibilities, such as keeping others out of harm's way, helping them resolve their conflicts, listening patiently, and instilling strong ethical values in them. Through these experiences, I have become very sensitive and compassionate, helping me easily bond with children. Like a big brother, I help them stand up when they fall down and put on bandages when they scrape a knee or elbow, provide emotional and physical support, and sometimes just be a warm, friendly presence around them. There are other times when I become just as youthful and enjoy participating in their activities with an equal amount of enthusiasm and eagerness. In return, they have helped me become more open-minded, optimistic, and cheerful. Being open-minded in particular has allowed me to understand others' arguments and points of view during conversations and discussions. My friends tell me that I listen to them patiently and that I'm not judgmental.
The family ritual of eating a healthy salad before meals is enhanced by my dressing. Together, my family enjoys a unique dressing, contributing to those unique dinner table conversations. From movies to politics and everything else in between, we create a meaningful time during dinner because we all enjoy something together. Sometimes I have to modify the recipe to suit the individual tastes of my family members. My college-going sister likes her dressing sweeter, but my brother prefers it sour. Sometimes I add more herbs to please my mother, and sometimes more spices to please my dad. The sweet, tangy, and fresh taste of my salad dressing appeals to all the personality types in my family. Along with these minor adjustments, as the middle sibling between my younger brother and my older sister, I have learned the importance of recognizing and accommodating to the needs and opposite expectations of others. I like to work to please others because in the end, it gives me the personal satisfaction. I feel proud that I have been able to make a difference and make someone happy, even if it is in a small way.
In the blink of an eye, 10 years pass. It is now September 2012. My teammates and I finish our Grapes of Wrath poster for English, but barely moments after our thoughts are permanently inscribed onto the poster with black, blue, and green markers, we realize that someone has made a mistake. Dust Bowl has been written as Dust Bowl, spelled with B-W-L. Knowing that I made that spelling error, I admit my mistake to my friends and promise to fix it. I propose a way to creatively insert the missing O. It is inserted as tumbleweed along with a few curled lines next to it showing wind blowing. The result makes the poster look even better than before. Not only have I managed to fix the mistake, I have also enhanced the poster's meaning. The tumbleweed makes sense, especially since the section is called Dust Bowl. While my teammates are relieved about the fixed poster, I am happy that I have stayed true to what I have chosen to learn from my past, to be honest, loyal, and responsible for my own actions. Thanks, Dad.
But when I thought back to my past record, I was forced to concede that point. I had always trudged through school reluctantly with my parents pushing from behind, but I realized that I would need to succeed independently from then on if it was to mean anything. I made my own organization system and stuck to it rigidly. Keeping up was hard at first, but it quickly became second nature and even fun. Then came the trials and tribulations of junior year. I was doing well and wanted to stretch myself by taking AP US History. I knew that it was a risk as far as grades went, but I decided it was worth it. Many, many long nights of studying later, my choice paid off both in my grades and in my confidence. Although I had to work harder than ever, the fact that I did well proves that success truly is 1% inspiration, and that when I put in the other 99%, anything is possible.
I had failed, and it was blaringly obvious. Couldn't I have been smarter and started the city underneath the protection of an oak tree or in higher ground to steer clear of that blasted lawnmower? What would I tell my classmates, my faithful citizens? I was on my knees, head hung low, tearful. I curled my hands into fists and hammered down on the ground where my Rome no longer stood. At that moment, I realized that my friends would return to playing tag the next morning. The rain would continue drizzling, and the crew would continue to mow the fields. Crying could not re-erect the story mud edifices, only hard work could. However, before getting my hands dirty again, literally, I had to do something for the first time. I had to forgive. Not just the rain and the field crew, but even myself. Growing up, I have stumbled, fallen, and been flattened by that lawnmower called life countless times. But I have always jumped right back up to strategize a smarter approach and change forward. Each time I fail, the memory of that soggy, fist-clenched day comes rushing back, but I know what to do. I calmly kneel down, clear out the splintered twigs and tattered leaves, and begin building a mightier and muddier New Gracia.